Welcome to the Podkey summary of Unwrap PaperKit from WWDC 2026. Today's big theme is Apple turning its Canvas tools into something developers can really build with, not just admire from the sidelines. PaperKit is the shared engine behind apps like Notes, Preview, Freeform, and even visionOS, and the new pieces here make that Canvas programmable, lockable, searchable, and a lot more useful for real app workflows. The nice part is, it all fits together. One model for shapes, text, images, and pencil strokes, plus temporary overlays for controls that should show up while editing and disappear when the work is done. PaperKit gives developers a single API for the same core Canvas experience Apple already uses in its own apps. So instead of rebuilding pencil input, shapes, text, image placement, and all that plumbing from scratch, you can create a Canvas-based app that feels native on iPhone, Mac, and visionOS right away. That consistency matters more than it sounds. A canvas is one of those things people notice instantly when it feels off. One of the more important updates is Paper Markup and its new sub-elements property. That gives you a markup ordered set, which is an ordered collection of everything on the canvas. And crucially, it's not just readable. You can write to it too. So a developer can insert, reorder, or delete shapes, images, and other elements in a predictable sequence. If you're building something template-driven, like a comic book editor with fixed panels and editable content on top, that ordered structure is kind of the whole game. Each Canvas element also exposes allowed interactions, which is a pretty practical feature with a very unglamorous name. It lets you decide, element by element, whether something can be moved, resized, rotated, deleted, styled, or even selected. And if you set an element to read, only it's fully locked down. That means your template panel can stay exactly where it belongs while the user still edits captions, drawings, or images above it, which, honestly, saves everyone from a lot of accidental chaos. PaperKit also treats shapes as real concrete types, so rectangles, rounded rectangles, curved lines, and the rest each have their own properties. You can change things like corner radius, control points, stroke color, and fill color by walking through that sub-elements collection. In practice, that means you can restyle an entire layout in code, like applying a consistent panel color and background across a comic page, instead of nudging each piece by hand. Because PaperKit sits on top of PencilKit, Apple Pencil strokes automatically come in as markup elements too. So handwritten input isn't some separate special case. It lives in the same model as the shapes and images, which makes the whole canvas feel a lot more coherent from a developer's point of view. And underneath that, PencilKit now exposes character recognition and Bezier path conversion, which opens the door to things like searchable handwritten text inside the canvas. Another smart piece is markup adornment, which is basically a visual overlay pinned to canvas coordinates. These adornments move correctly with zoom and scroll, but they are not part of the saved markup, so they won't appear in exports, printouts, or the final document. That makes them perfect for editing-only controls, like buttons, annotations, or collaboration UI. Very useful, and also a nice way to keep the finished page from looking like a cockpit. The demo tied that idea together nicely. Tap an adornment attached to a panel, open Image Playground, generate or choose an image, then wrap it in image markup and insert it right into sub-elements. So the control lives outside the document, but the result becomes part of the canvas. It's a clean pattern for adding AI-generated or user-selected media without leaving behind interface clutter in the final piece. Taken together, this feels less like a flashy new drawing app feature and more like Apple quietly handing developers the real toolkit. If your app involves canvases, templates, handwriting, or layered editing, there's a lot here to work with. And for once, the phrase unified canvas actually sounds kind of relaxing. This episode was generated by Podkey. Create your own at podkey.fm.